उत्तर गोंयांत आरपोरा जाल्ल्या आंतरराष्ट्रीय लोह खनिज परिशद 2.0 इंटरनॅशनल आयर्न ओर कॉन्फरन्स 2.0 हे बसकेत उलयतना मुख्यमंत्री डॉ. प्रमोद सावंत हांनी मोलाची भर घालपी व्हॅल्यू ॲडेड स्टील उत्पादनाची गरज असल्याचेर भर दिलो. तशेंच उण्या दर्जाच्या खनिजाच्या साठ्यांचो लो ग्रेड ओर डंप्स वैज्ञानिक पद्धतीनं वापर करप आणि 18 लाईव्ह मायनिंग ब्लॉक वतीन परतून कामकाज सुरू करून गोयचो खाण उद्योग मायनिंग सेक्टर व्हर काडप अत्यंत गरजेचे आसा, असे प्रतिपादन मुख्यमंत्र्यांनी केले.
Goa Port Authority, Sri Pankaj Kumar Sharma from the Vedanta Iron Ore and Steel Limited, Sri Arun Maheshwari from the JSW, along with the representatives from the major mining companies, the steel producer, logistic firms, the traders, policymakers, researchers, and the delegates from across the country. I would also like to specially congratulate Ms. Monica and the entire metallurgical teams for organizing this important conference in Goa. Metallurgies has emerged as one of the India's leading platform for the policy discussions, market intelligence, and industry engagement in the steel and mining sector. Bringing together the government representatives, the mining companies, logistics stakeholders, the steel manufacturers, and the technological experts on one platform is extremely important at a time when India's infrastructure and manufacturing sectors are witnessing unprecedented expansion. The contributions of the women-led organization in a traditionally male-dominated sector particularly commendable and reflects the changing face of the India's industrial leadership. Friends, the India is today moving through the historic phase of economic transformation. Under the visionary leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, the Government of India has laid a strong emphasis on infrastructure development, industrial growth, logistic efficiency, and manufacturing expansion. The country is witnessing the massive investment in highways, railways, port, airport, metro rail system and industrial corridors, renewable energy, infrastructure, urban development, and defense manufacturing. These developments are creating the enormous demands for the steel and consequently for the iron ore, which remains the backbone of our industrial growth. The Government of India has launched the several landmark initiatives including the PM Gati Shakti, Bharatmala, Sagarmala, the National Logistic Policy, dedicated freight corridors, and the National Steel Policy, all of us which aim to strengthen the India's industrial competitiveness and improve the supply chain efficiency. India has already become the world's second largest steel producer, and the targeting to achieve the 300 millions of the tons of the steel production capacity by 2030 reflects the scale of the ambitions before us. The iron ore sector is therefore assuming the strategic importance not only from the economic perspective but also for the standpoints of the national development and industrial self-reliance. Today, the global mining and the steel industry is still undergoing this significant transformation. The focus is gradually shifting from the mere extractions of the raw material towards the value addition, beneficiation, sustainability, efficient logistics, and environmentally responsible mining practices. The country has invested in advanced processing technologies, integrated steel manufacturing, and mineral beneficiations will lead to the next phase of the industrial growth. India has the opportunity to become not only the global steel manufacturing hub, but also a center for the advancing mineral processing and sustainable mining technologies. Friends, Goa has a long period of the association with the iron ore mining. For the decades, the mining played the central role in the Goa's economy and contributed to the sustainable towards the employment generation, the export, transportation, port activity, and actually the industries. Entire ecosystem developed around the mining activities, including the barge operation, truck transportations, machinery services, ship loading operations, local trades, and the thousands of the small businesses. The mining supported the lakhs of the livelihood directly and indirectly across the state. However, we also witnessed one of the most challenging phases in Goa's economical history following the suspension of the mining activity. The stoppage of the mining after the 2012, the subsequently after 2010, had a major economic impact on Goa. Economic activity slowed down considerably in the mining dependent regions. The thousands of the workers lost employment. The opportunities, transportations, and the bus sector suffered heavily, and many small businesses faced the serious financial difficulties. The impact was felt across the multiple sectors in the state economy. Since assuming the office of the government has consistently worked towards the reviving of the Goa's mining sector in the transparent, legal compliant, and the environment sustainable manner. We maintain the continuous dialogues with the Government of India, the legal experts, the mining dependents, industry stakeholders, and the local communities to ensure that the mining activity could be resumed responsibly while protecting the environment and social interest. I am pleased to share that the Goa has made significant progress in the mining revival process. The first phase of the mining block auctions was successfully completed and the several mining blocks have already resumed operations in nearly the 18 mining blocks where estimated production capacity of approximately the 19 million tons per annum have been auctioned. This revival has begun restoring the economic confidence and industrial activity in the state. Gradually, we are witnessing in the return of the employment opportunity, transportation activities, port operations, and business activity linked with the mining ecosystem. At the same time, our government is focused on the another important opportunities, the scientific utilizations of low-grade iron ore dumpings and had accumulated over the several decades. These dumps represents both the environmental challenge and economic opportunities. Through the scientific recovery and resource utilizations, we aim to promote the benefications, processing and value additions within the state. The strong industry response towards these initiatives reflects growing confidence in the Goa's mining sector and its future potential. I strongly believe that India must increasingly move towards the value addition rather than depending preliminary on the raw material export. The future of this sector lies not only in the mining ore, but in increasing the greater industrial value through the beneficiation, pelletization, steel manufacturing, downward stream industries, and advanced mineral processing. Every ton of the ore is processed within the India generates the high economic returns, greater employment opportunities, stronger industrial ecosystem, and increase the manufacturing competitiveness for the country. Friends, the efficient logistic and infrastructures are equally important for strengthening the mining and steel sector. India has historically faced the higher logistic cost compared to the many global economies, and therefore the infrastructure modernization becomes essential for improving the industrial competitiveness. Goa possesses the unique strength in this regard, and the presence of the Marmagua port, inland waterways, the barge transportation system, and coastal shipping infrastructure provides Goa with the significant logistic advantage. The Marmagua Port Authority is continued to play a crucial role in supporting the cargo movement, exports, and mechanized handling system and maritime trade linked to the mining sector. The inland water transport and through the barges has historically been one of the Goa's greatest strength and remains one of the most sustainable and cost-effective transportation system available for the bulk cargo movement. The Government of Goa is actively working towards improving the road infrastructure, mining transportation corridor, multimodal logistics system, and port connectivity. Simultaneously, I would also urge the industry to adopt the cleaner and more sustainable transportation system, including the mechanized handling infrastructure, system including the covered the transportations, pipe conveyor system, advanced dust suppression technology, and digital monitoring system. Sustainable logistic solutions are the essential not only for the operational efficiency but also for the environmental protections and reductions of the congestion. Friends, the sustainability must remain at the core of all the future mining activities. Goa is the globally recognized not only for its economic potential but also for the biodiversity, ecology, tourism, and natural beauty. Therefore, the mining activity in Goa must always balance the economics development and the environmental responsibility. The government of Goa remains fully committed to ensure the scientific mining practices, strictly environmental compliances, reclaim the measures, offers at the water conservation and community welfare. Responsible mining is not only merely the regular requirement, it is the essential, the long-term economic sustainability and social acceptance. The technology transparency, environmental responsibility, and the community participation must be the pillar of the next phase of the mining development in India. I am confident that the conference such as this will play an important role in shaping the future directions of the iron ore and steel sector. The discussion point and identification for this conference, including the policy reforms, auction framework, domestic supply security, the beneficiation, logistic modernizations, balancing exports, and import and sustainable mining practices are highly relevant and India industrial future. The participations of the leading mining companies and steel producers, logistics stakeholders, policymakers, and infrastructure experts are here today reflects the tremendous opportunities that lies ahead of the India and for the Goa. I once again congratulate Ms. Monica and the entire metallurgical team for bringing this prestigious conference to Goa and for creating the valuable platform for the dialogues between the government and industry. I thank all the delegates for the visiting the Goa and wish the International Conference on the Iron Ore 2026 grand success. Thank you, one and all.